Good afternoon, youth parents. It is currently Thursday, February the 22nd, 2024, and this is your weekly recap this week since I didn't get out to you at the beginning of the week. So I apologize for not coming to you quicker than I did. This past weekend, I'm sure you were aware, was winter holiday and winter break. And so I was not in the office Monday or Tuesday morning. And so here we are Thursday afternoon, and I am getting out the weekly announcements for you. So since most of the weekly things have already happened this week, this is going to be in preparation for next week. And the first thing that I want to remind you about is our Wednesday night program. You may be thinking, Luke, Wednesday night is almost an entire week away. That is correct. However, I think that it is important for you as the parents to be involved in the discussions that we are having here on Wednesday nights as well. And we are currently going through Exodus, I believe, chapter 3, and we are looking at God appearing to Moses in the burning bush, and God reveals himself, his name, to Moses for the first time in the entirety of Scripture, and he calls himself the I am. I am who I am that I am, and we are just tearing apart and digging deep into what does that mean. And last night we talked about how that means that God is holy, that he is set apart. He is in a category completely by himself. And also that his holiness describes his purity and his moral perfection. And so then the last thing that we looked at was that God calls us to this same holiness and purity that he is, and how we cannot do that on our own. And the only way we can accomplish that is through the work of Jesus Christ. And to be found in Jesus is to be presented holy and pure before God the Father. And so next week we are going to continue in this. So I encourage you, read Exodus chapter 3 and just discuss that with your child and discuss what they have learned in youth on Wednesday nights. A few things coming up that I want to remind you guys about. Number one, our work day is coming up Saturday, March the 2nd. So it is a little more than a week away. And so Saturday, March the 2nd, we're going to meet up here at the church at 8:30 a.m. We have so many projects that we are trying to get complete before the Easter holiday gets to us. We have some painting to do. We've got some cleaning to do. We've got some organizing to do. We've got some yard work to do. So whatever you are comfortable doing, we have a job and a task that you and your student can complete. So I encourage you to come out and help us with our work day. And I did tell the students that if they show up that Saturday morning and they stick around the whole time, I will buy them lunch. And so that is Saturday, March the 2nd, starting at 8:30 a.m. Also, another thing that is coming up is our annual mission trip to Cleveland, Tennessee has been moved to spring break this year. So we have a ramp and a roof that we are going to be either building in the case of the ramp or repairing and replacing in the case of the roof. That is April the 1st through the 5th. If your high schooler wants to go, then you need to let me or Brian know, and we will get that information passed along to Ocoee Outreach. If your middle schooler wants to go, we highly encourage that you come along with them, because this is a very labor-intensive week, and we want to make sure that they are prepared for all the work that we have to do for the week, because we only have just a few days to complete these two projects that we have given to us by Ocoee Outreach. So if you want more information about the mission trip coming up, please go see Brian. Then another thing that's coming up on April the 21st, We Are Messengers are going to be in concert in Savannah. If you or your student or both of you would like to go to this, the tickets are $25 a piece. And if you want to go, let us know. If we need to take a church fan, we can. Or if you just want to go on your own accord, that is just fine too. But that is Sunday, April the 21st. And more information about that will be coming soon. Lastly, I do want to remind you about summer camp. I am going to be kicking off the registration here on March the 3rd. So Sunday